Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avax. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And before we get into the TA, I quickly want to mention the link down below in the description. Feel free to donate a few bucks to the kids in Gaza right now. If we're dabbling with crypto, that means we have some spare money flowing around. And if we have some spare money flowing around, surely we can help out kids who are in need. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that we had a very nice move to the upside from this massive support block that I had on these charts for more than 2 years at this point. So back in 2021, and you can go back and watch some of the older videos from July 2021, I mentioned this support block from $10.64 down to $9.40 back then. And from there, we had a massive move to the upside, and we saw a 1,500% move to the upside, which was massive. Then we came back down to this support block once again in December 2022, and then we had a small bounce from there of approximately 106%. And then we started retracing once again, and a few months later, well, not a few months later, but 8 months later, we come back down to this block once again on the daily chart, as you can see, and we did close a few candles below it, so it was a bit scary for anyone who thought Avax was going to drop back down to this lower support block that we had on the chart here, because as you can see, there wasn't much support in this area in between these two blocks. So my fear was that we're going to drop very quickly back down to $7. That did not happen, thankfully. And we have a massive move to the upside here. So from these prices that I gave you, $9.40, we are up 161%. And what we are doing right now is we are running into this massive resistance block that we have. The last time we retested that back in August 2022. So that local high there at $30 essentially. $30.50 to be exact. That is going to be our massive resistance level that we need to break. Once we have broken above that, once we move past that August 2022 high and we are able to solidify above it, that will mean that the bear market low is more likely than not in, and we're not going to be dropping below these prices here. That's the hope there, because if you don't break through all of these resistance levels, this could just be another lower high in this continuous downtrend, and from there we get overextended and we print a new bear market low. So until that happens, until we break this August 2022 high, I'm not going to say that the bear market is over for this particular coin. Now, we are definitely going to be looking at a retracement because we are quite overextended. The daily RSI, as you can see, is already printing a bearish divergence there with the local highs, with this high being higher than the previous one. But on the RSI, it's different. We have the second high lower than the first one, which is not what we see here on the price action chart. So that is a divergence there, and typically that means that we're going to be seeing a retracement. Now, where would you want to pick up some Avax if you don't have any? I would be looking at this little support block there between $16.80 down to $16. That would be your first buying zone, because that is where we retested a resistance back in July 2023. We held this as support in the first half of 2023. So this is quite a significant level. If you go back historically, even in 2022, this was a support level. So holding that would be great. But my fear is that if Bitcoin has a stronger pullback, it is possible that we're going to start retracing all the way back down to $13.28. From where we are right now, that is going to be a 40% pullback. And that is not something that is unseen. We've seen, 40% pullbacks even in bull markets. And in case that happens, feel free to target the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. As you can see, we have a fib set up from the swing high here in February 2021 down to the swing low in December 2020. So we retested the 0.382, and then we ran into the resistance here and slightly above the golden ratio. So I don't think we're going to solidify above the golden ratio. I do think we're going to start dropping below 19 cents at the very least. And long term, we're looking at some of these targets to be met during the bull market. So obviously $138 and $213 is going to be our next target. And then $400 will be our, our top target, so to speak, our massive target to the upside there, sitting at 1,600% from the current prices, and from the bear market bottom there, that is a 4,233%. So we'll see if we can do $400, but I think 213 is definitely possible. Now, I do want to switch over to the weekly chart to take a look at the longer picture. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Jumping into the weekly chart, you can see that we were in this channel down pattern for quite a while, and now we have broken out, which is great. And that is what you expect from a channel down pattern. 90% of the time you have a breakout from such a pattern, and we got some volume coming in, and you have a nice breakout. And hopefully what needs to happen right now is that we come back down to the 20 MA. We have a nice retest of that, maybe even a retest of the top of the channel here. So potentially, $14 is going to be as low as we get. Maybe we wick slightly lower than that. So make sure to have some buy limit orders set up. But in a healthy situation, we want to bounce off the top of the channel and have our next move to the upside, retesting $28.58, which is this local high from August 2022. If we're going to be even more bullish, then potentially breaking above that and then having a back test of support. That is the bullish outcome. The bearish outcome obviously is that we're going to come back down into the channel and head all the way back down to the channel's support, and this was essentially a fake out. But the volume that we have coming in here suggests that this is a proper breakout, and it's confirmed because we have a very strong move to the upside and we have a volume coming in. When there's no volume and we have a breakout, that typically is a fake out. But in this situation, it looks to be fine. We'll just have to see how well we hold 20 EMA as support. And once we get the bullish cross there on the weekly, that is going to be your massive, massive bull market signal for Avax. And just like this was your bear market signal for Avax back in June 2022, that was your selling signal, right? And since that signal there, you went down approximately another 44%. And, once you have a bullish cross, that essentially means that you are over with the bear market, but only if that's on the weekly chart. That's the important time frame here. I want to stress out that Avax is overbought on the weekly. We are quite overextended from the 20 EMA. The RSI is sitting above the index of 70. The stochastic is above the index of 80 as well. So all of these oscillators are showing us that the asset is overbought, so you do not want to be getting into something that's overbought right now. I'm not a financial advisor, but you don't want to be buying something that just, in a few weeks' times did 170% to the upside. So wait for a retracement. Let's say this is our top here for this move. Wait for a retracement, set up a Fibonacci retracement, and target all of these fibs here. If you stop the video for a second, here are my Fibonacci settings, and I've got it in reverse. I've got the log scale on, so feel free to take a look at this and set up some buy limit orders based on this fib. But once again, hopefully we don't break down, below this channel's previous resistance, because you want to be holding that as support so that we can continue this uptrend. And that's pretty much it for the weekly chart here, guys. Avax looking very bullish. If you manage to buy off of the support levels that I gave you, that is great. That's incredible. If not, just wait for a retracement. Don't FOMO in right now because, markets are being manipulated all the time. And what if they want to get people too bullish too soon and we have a massive dump afterwards? So just be careful investing all of your money at these local highs. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but let me know what you think of Avalanche, of the project as a whole. Full disclosure, I don't own any Avax coins. I haven't been buying into this. I haven't been buying into Solana, and both of them are performing well. However, I have other altcoins, of course, that are also performing very well, but I chose not to buy into Solana and Avax on purpose. It's not like I was, missing out on these projects because I did not know about them. But that's pretty much it. Stay safe, guys. Thank you for watching once again, and have a great day.